Hey, was geht? Welcome back to another episode to Save and Sound. My name is Rudenote and today I would like to show you how you can actually remix a song to make it sound completely different than the original one. And I decided to take the song Rema, Calm Down. So yeah, as you may know, this song went viral. I really love this song and the vibe of it. And I decided to take the song and to change it to a drill, hip-hop, trap beat, and let's check it out. So I decided, as I mentioned before, to go with drill drums, right? The sound selection here is really important because, you know, like there are so many sounds out there. Just make sure that you have the right sounds. Using sample packs from producers that are actually really good in this genre. So yeah, let's check it out. Okay, for the drum pattern, it was really easy. I started with a basic drill pattern like this. So this was the basic pattern I started with. I layered it with these hi-hats over here. Apart from that, I added a crash, obviously. I did some transitions right here. I also had like this dope loop from Decap, which you can listen later in a second. Also some fills right here. For the editing part, I always like putting delay on the hi-hats, especially for the drill section. I did some compression right here. Also, the plugin Wavebox is pretty cool. It gives like an extra saturation to it. I took out the side information from the drums and pushed it with a saturation and a soft clipper, obviously. For the bass section, I decided to go with a longer bass note. So basically like a Reese bass combined with like a hard 808. Sometimes I think when you're choosing like a bass note, it's really important to also have obviously like a low frequency, like a sub one. And sometimes obviously you should layer it with a higher frequency or just, you know, take out the lows from the layer. So you have like also the bass hearable on the phone. I will play the higher bass. I didn't pitch it up an octave, but I took out the low frequency information here and did some processing as well. I detuned it a little bit because it was out of pitch. So always make sure you have a tuner on your bass or wherever. And then I took out a little bit from the lows, did some saturation to it. I put RC20 on it, but just to give it more distortion. And afterwards I did some more edits right here. As you can see, I actually put reverb on it, but I didn't want it to affect the low frequency, so I then took out the low frequency information from the reverb. And as you can see here, this is like a chain, and this is just like a send bus to it, which is a pretty cool function. You might be thinking how I achieved this wobbly sound, which is basically like an auto pan. And if you turn the phase 100% down, so it's on 0, you can then get like these cool effect. Then I also did like a reverse kind of thing. So it's a cool transition sometimes. I mean, it's not really a bass sound, but it was like a bass sound before. All right, for the instrumental part, I decided to choose obviously different chords because I wanted to give them like a different vibe. Here's really important, when you change the chords, make sure that it's the notes that the person is singing make sense as well, right? So trust your ears, I think, is the most important part. I decided to layer so many different things for this part. I had guitars, processed them really hard with like Halftime and so many other cool plugins. On top of that, I use so many different kind of chords, like chord sounds, obviously. Without further ado, let's check it out. All right, for the instrumental, I decided to go with these chords, so with minor chords basically, and they're pretty simple. And I took a sound from a sample pack, which I released with Beat Club. So nothing special, right? But I also layered it with different sounds. So this one is actually also from my sample pack. And here it was a cool thing I just did. Like I love the frequency shifter from Ableton. And yeah, I just used an automation, so like a pitch bend kind of thing, right? Let's talk about the vocals. Okay, without further ado, I took the vocals and I chopped them up, I low pitched them. Sometimes I really like taking apart from the vocals and, you know, put like Valhalla on top of that to make it shiny or as a background vocal, you know, like just be experimental. And without further ado, let's check it out. And as you can see, for the vocals, I love low-pitched vocals, and that's why I decided to make the entire remix like this. I took out some parts and just make sure it was on time, you know, so changing basically the BPM a little bit. I did some vocal chops. I took some vocals like this one. I did some delay parts in it, right? And yeah, let's listen how it sounds like together.
Yo, this your body, you put in my heart for low. Every other girl they do tumbo. When you gonna phone for more? We gon' give me a lo 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 lo. You got me like whoa. We gon' give me a lo 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 lo. I ain't waiting to talk to the girl, but look down, oh look down. I ain't waiting to talk to the girl, but
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and also let me know what you think about it in the comments. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and remember to stay focused, calm and safe and sound.